We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. The mayor is announcing a big change for city homeowners. The new rules he's rolling out that could help protect those who have fallen on hard times. Curbing crime in the city. The action the city council is taking later this afternoon. And grab your passport. The Ravens are heading to London. When that big game will happen and who the team is playing. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news this morning. U.S. Representative George Santos is under arrest on federal criminal charges. He is facing numerous charges, including wire fraud, money laundering, and lying to Congress. The New York Republican drew scrutiny during his run for the House seat last year after he admitted to lying about his job experiences and part of his life story. According to the indictment, Santos lied to donors and then used campaign donations for personal expenses, including buying designer clothes and paying off his credit cards. He is expected to appear in court later today. Topping your local news and just in, Baltimore City is removing some homes from the city's tax sale list. The mayor making that announcement just about 30 minutes ago. He says if the home's owner is living in the house, it will be taken off the list.
Simply put, we want our residents to remain in their homes. That's why we are removing those homeowner properties below $250,000 and below from the tax sale. Again, I want to thank Councilwoman Ramos for her deep work in working with our administration on this issue consistently as we go through this process of thinking about tax sale in a different way. I want to thank the council president for his support and leadership, and Comptroller Henry and his office as they have to work with us very closely on the issue of tax sale.
Well, stay with Fox 45 News for continuing coverage of the mayor's announcement. We'll bring you a closer look coming up on Fox 45 News at 4. Happening right now, a former Baltimore City employee is on trial, accused in a deadly crash. Gardnell Carter worked for the Safe Streets program for years. Last summer, he was listed as an outreach liaison for the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement. But in February of last year, he was arrested and charged with vehicular manslaughter. He's accused of driving into a bus and bike lane and hitting and killing a cyclist. A police report shows that he was going 45 in a 25. Attorneys have indicated the trial will last 2 days. Developing now in a city in crisis, a series of car break-ins in Baltimore County leads to a chase into the city. Baltimore County police arrested 2 teens who are too young to legally drive. The commotion awakened neighbors as it all unfolded right outside their homes.
Car was coming this way. They blocked the car off, coming up Pentwood. Suspects jumped out the car, scattered.
It scared me. I was in the window and I said, what is going on?
Well, the 2 neighbors you heard saw witness the end of the police pursuit in the city. Baltimore County police say that at one point in the 2.5-mile pursuit, an officer who tried to stop them was dragged. Investigators say the suspect also hit 2 police cars.
I know for a fact that not all youth want to go down that path, but the sad case is we're going to have youth that just continue to commit crimes, but, you know, eventually they're going to have to be held accountable for that.
Police say the suspects are now under the supervision of the Department of Juvenile Services. Happening today as crime does continue in the city, city leaders are meeting to discuss a crime reduction plan. Olivia Dan shows us what we can expect from the meeting today. Olivia.
City Council is meeting at 1 this afternoon to go over their crime reduction strategy. Now, oftentimes these meetings get canceled, but today's meeting hasn't been canceled yet. But it comes as crime is out of control and as Fox 45 News is investigating the cracks in Baltimore's justice system.
There are insufficient resources today to be able to guarantee that people will be brought to justice, even when it's a repeat violent offender, and even when the person remained in Baltimore.
That was Jason Johnson, former BPD Deputy Commissioner. We spoke with him about the arrest of Terrell Parker on drug distribution charges on May 6th. Court records show the 26-year-old already had 3 open warrants for this arrest, including for attempted murder. One of those warrants was nearly 6 months old. Fox 45 News is questioning why it took Baltimore police so long to arrest Parker. And Jason Johnson says it all comes down to department understaffing. And because of that, they can't track down every person with a warrant, which of course is concerning considering the current crime crisis in Baltimore. Now, if today's meeting happens as scheduled, it'll be interesting to see if city leaders address Parker's arrest or at least the staffing shortages in the police department. You can also find more details on our website at foxbaltimore.com. But for now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
11:05 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, the Harford County Council will hold a budget hearing tonight. That meeting expected to be heavily attended. That's because County Executive Bob Cassidy's proposed budget calls for county schools to get less money than previous administrations allocated. The Harford County Council will be the ones to consider the proposed budget. Trending number two, Governor Wes Moore is taking a leadership role in President Biden's re-election campaign. The governor is among 50 prominent Democrats named to the president's re-election advisory board. Trending number three, Mayor Brandon Scott lifts the mask mandate at City Hall. The indoor mask mandate for the rest of the city ended in March of 2022. Trending number four, some big news for Ravens fans. The team is heading to London. The team's Week 6 game against the Tennessee Titans will take place October 15th. The matchup is one of 5 international games to take place this season and is only the second time ever the Ravens have played internationally. The Orioles are heading into tonight's game as winners, the team topping the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 2. Now, this is huge for the O's heading into this series. The Rays were the first in the AL East. After winning 4-2 last night, the O's need to win again tonight to secure the series over Tampa Bay. First pitch at Camden Yards will be at 6:35 p.m. Still ahead, work and your weight. A new study finds the two may be connected. Coming up, how the pandemic changed the relationship between the two. Fired Fox News host Tucker Carlson is making a comeback where he is starting a new show. But first, an alternative to a traditional four-year college. Coming up, the options some city schools are getting to see firsthand.
And the next few days look great. We're in the 70s today, then tomorrow the low 80s, and we'll get even warmer on Friday, but rain returns this weekend. I'll let you know the timing and how it could impact your plans in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore.
(11:09) and developing now an alternative to college. Maryland Senator Corey McCray is partnering with the College Bound Foundation to help let students know there are other settings where you can learn. For a 4th year this summer, about 50 Baltimore City High School juniors and seniors are taking part in an apprenticeship tour. The students will get hands-on experience learning trade skills outside of the classroom. We're going to bring you a closer look at the partnership coming up on Fox 45 News at 4. Turning now to your social stream, a bill with new abortion restrictions is making its way through South Carolina state legislature. South Carolina lawmakers advanced a state Senate bill through a subcommittee meeting and a full committee meeting on Tuesday. The proposal would ban abortion when an ultrasound detects cardiac activity, which is around 6 weeks. The bill does include exceptions for fatal fetal anomaly, rape, incest, and the patient's life and health up to 12 weeks. A lot of reaction this morning on social media. You've got one person saying, "It is time to get the heartbeat bill passed in South Carolina. Our legislature should have banned abortion in January, but here we are in 2022. From January to March, 87 non-resident women received abortions in South Carolina. In 2023, from January to March, 1,385 non-resident women received abortions." And then we've got another one saying, South Carolina, a woman must be dying before able to receive an emergency abortion. This is not pro-life. This is not pro-life. A New York City federal jury finds former President Trump guilty of sexually abusing columnist E. Jean Carroll in a department store dressing room back in 1996. Jurors also found that Trump was liable for defamation in his comments after Carroll came forward when he called her accusations a con job. The jury is rejecting Carroll's claim that Trump raped her. The former president must pay Carroll $5 million in damages. That's $3 million for defamation and $2 million for her civil battery claim. You've got people reacting to that. One person saying a stunning day for the nation, and not from a hostile judge, but a jury of his peers. Another one saying, what does this mean for his chances to run for 2024? Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson has a new gig. The fired TV news personality said in a video posted on Twitter that he is relaunching his show on Twitter. Carlson was abruptly fired weeks ago after Fox News paid a multi-billion-dollar settlement to Dominion Voting Systems in its defamation lawsuit. Reaction coming in already about that. Just 25 minutes after his announcement, Tucker Carlson has more views for this clip in the demo than the entire Fox News primetime lineup will get tonight. And then another one saying Twitter is about to get more interesting. We're still ahead, protecting teens on social media. The new recommendations from doctors, that's just ahead. But first, joining the fight for justice, the nationally renowned lawyer who will represent local survivors of church abuse. And coming up later today, at noon, it's Karamo, then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14 now. We're back with a live look over Towson. We are expecting warmer temperatures today as we climb into the mid-70s. Coming up, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax will share how long things will stay warm and dry before the next weather maker moves in. After a new report detailed the decades-long abuse within the Baltimore Archdiocese, a nationally renowned civil rights attorney is joining the survivors' fight for justice. Shannon Lilly brings us a look at the latest developments in the case. Shannon.
Well, civil rights attorney Ben Crump is now joining a Baltimore firm vowing to pursue justice. This after the Catholic Church here in Baltimore has already shelled out more than $13 million to abuse victims, but it's bracing for what's expected to be millions more in damages. In fact, some of the church's youngest members who suffered abuse years ago returned yesterday demanding accountability. Attorney Ben Crump announcing a series of civil suits he plans to file this fall, representing all ages and all races of victims.
For everybody who was abused, we're going to make sure they have a voice not only in the court of public opinion, but we're going to give them a voice in the court of law. We want you all to know we believe you now and we stand with you, and you all are victims no more.
And remember, this is all coming after the legislature approved the Child Victims Act last month, and that removed the statute of limitations for sex abuse victims, which means the floodgates are now wide open, allowing any victim to sue the Catholic Church. And law firms are lining up, vowing to represent what's expected to be hundreds of abuse victims. Now, the new law does cap damages from civil suits at $1.5 million. It takes effect in October. Reporting in the studio, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Well, Ben Crump has also joined a lawsuit against Baltimore City schools. The suit accuses the school system of wasting tax dollars and failing to provide an adequate education to generations of students. He says the solutions that we find here will make waves around the nation. We also want to disclose that Ben Crump is an advertiser on this station. Making headlines now, Maryland's plan to tax digital advertising had a key legal victory. Tuesday, Maryland Supreme Court reversed a ruling from a lower court that said the state's tax on digital advertising was unconstitutional. The state's digital tax law was passed in 2020. It is the first of its kind in the nation. Comcast and Verizon Media Incorporated brought a lawsuit against the law. The first set of troops is arriving at the southern border. Homeland Security made the request to help with an expected surge of migrants when Title 42 expires tomorrow. The Texas man convicted of shooting another man during a Black Lives Matter protest will be sentenced today. Prosecutors are asking that Daniel Perry be given 25 years, but his attorney is asking for no more than 10. The case has made national news as Texas Governor Greg Abbott has said he plans to pardon Perry if the state's parole board makes a recommendation. A former Safe Streets worker charged in a 2020 fatal crash pleads guilty. At 4, our investigation revealing the role that the city played in getting Gardnell Carter out of jail after his initial arrest. A 14-year-old and a 15-year-old lead police on a chase from Baltimore County into the city. At 5, our area's continual struggle with youth crime and the work to address it. And a study finds 1 out of every 4 students is abusing medication for ADHD. At 6, we have a breakdown of the study and what schools are seeing the largest number of drug abuse. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:18 and now to today's talking point, a new warning about teens and social media. The American Psychological Association says teens need training before they start using social media. The group says social media isn't inherently good or bad for young people, but instruction is needed for the safe and healthy use of social media platforms. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. It's now called parenting.
I know. It's like, this is one of those things like, okay, all right. Okay, so, okay, how does it start? How does this?
And who does it?
Who does it?
Is this a class you teach in school? I mean, I'm not against giving kids more information about social media. And one of the things I read that they said was that if kids understand how these social media platforms manipulate them and use their information and try to, get them to do certain things, that they will also feel some kind of way about the social media. They'll resist that. And I believe that to be true to a certain extent. So I'm for giving them information, but how? What does that mean, train them? You
can't leave it up to parents. We're still like, okay, go to www.
Right.
Like,
I'm trying to learn all the tricks so that when my daughter is older and she's trying to hide stuff on social media, I know exactly where to go. But
you can't win, Patrice. Never mind.
don't. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best.
Hey, like the theory, but like you say, who's teaching?
Right. I just think that is hard. I mean, is that something? Is it the school's responsibility? Are they sending out a primer to parents saying, "Here's your guy"? It's
Don't let the schools do it. They already got a hard job. They can't handle that. So no, sir.
No. All right. Well, I guess nothing changes then. God bless you. All right, well, it's time now for your worst weather in America. Maybe it's the allergy season making it the worst weather for Mark over there. We've got meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Oh, no, that's not allergies, what you have there.
No, not at all. You know, it could look a little bit like pollen, but this is actually hail coming in from Colorado. They had storms roll through overnight. You can see just how large that is in this photo. And here's another view of the hail that's piled up. And looks like that walkway. Then a video, you can really see the lightning showing the hail in the background. Just awful storms there. Now we're seeing some severe weather in parts of the south around Texas and Louisiana. We've got rain and flood alerts there. For us, though, it is much quieter as we have high pressure over the region, keeping us nice and dry and giving us plenty of sunshine. We are going to see a little more sunshine later on today. 64 for the current temperature, still mostly cloudy, but again, that sunshine is going to make an appearance this afternoon. We're seeing numbers mainly in the 50s and the 60s across the state, very similar to where we were this time yesterday, but we have a big warm up that's on the way. Our high temperatures will reach the mid-70s, keeping us close to average. Then we're looking at the low 80s on Thursday and then the low to mid-80s on Friday. A very great start to the weekend. However, after these nice 3 days, we have rain returning to the picture on Saturday. Notice on the future scan, plenty of sunshine for the afternoon. We'll stay nice and quiet overnight and waking up to temperatures in the 50s tomorrow morning. We'll reach the 80s by the afternoon with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Then we have an even warmer start on Friday with temperatures in the 60s. That'll be followed by those highs reaching the 80s, the low to mid 80s by the afternoon. Shortly after that, however, our next weather maker arrives, and this could have impacts on your commute Friday evening. Rain will continue off and on overnight and into Saturday morning. Looks like most of the rain does dry out by noon, and then we're left with mostly dry weather and a pretty dry forecast for the rest of the weekend. So again, 74 today, then we're looking at 80 tomorrow, 83 on Friday, 76 on Saturday, a little cooler. We'll be in the mid-70s on Monday, and now it looks mostly dry. Then we're talking 73 on Monday. After that, our temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. Back to you.
It looks good, Jasmine. Thank you. Still ahead, Goldfish crackers are getting a Maryland makeover, and a Baltimore company is part of the change. And Mother's Day is this Sunday. Coming up, the most popular gifts for mom and how much the average person will spend to show mom how much they care. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Mother's Day is just around the corner. If you haven't gotten mom a gift yet, here is your reminder. When it comes to showing mom just how much you care, a new report finds that most will spend more this year. In total, Americans are expected to spend about $35.7 billion this Mother's Day. That's about $274 a person. So what is it that most will buy? The survey found most of that money will be spent on cards, jewelry, electronics, and taking mom on a special outing like brunch or dinner.
This Fox 45 News segment is sponsored by Shine Medical Center.
It is that time of year where we celebrate mom. You could win extra spending money every day from now through May 12th. Grab your phone to scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. Play our Mother's Day Mania trivia contest. You get the question right and you could win the $100 daily prize. You don't have to be a mom. You just have to scan the QR code to get to the Mother's Day Mania trivia question of the day. Good luck. Now time for your lunch break. Old Bay seasoned goldfish crackers are back. The Old Bay crackers are the brainchild of Baltimore-based McCormick & Company. You can find them in stores and online, but if you want to try them, you better act fast because last year the flavor sold out on the McCormick site within hours. They need to make them crab shaped now too. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle up next. Mark Clark back to tell us.
Patrice, you could call it a misunderstanding with hilarious results. We'll tell you the custom cake order gone wrong that's getting all the right reactions from those online on Be More Lifestyle. Coming up next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
This is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with media personality Steph Lover and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, everybody.
Morning. What up? Happy hump day, y'all.
Let me tell you right now, a new study finds returning to the office could be bad for your waistline. Researchers at Stockholm University said commuting to work even as little as 2 miles a day can lead to bad habits. Those who commute were more likely to be overweight. They were also typically less physically active, and many even suffered from sleep disruptions. The study also found commuting can make you drink more too. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why, as somebody who commuted all these years, it's the doggone convenient marts. You stop by, you get a big bite, you get a big Coke, and next thing you know, you gain weight. I don't know. Steph Lover, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I grew up in New York, so I'm used to commuting.
And why, baby?
And you know what? On the train or whatever, I grew up in Staten Island, so we took a lot of the ferry. So it was just like, you get so much other stuff done. You can multitask while you're riding. So I'm all for commuting. Even though I drove here, I'm all for commuting.
A commuting queen. What do you think, Lady T?
Well, Mark, here are the facts. Any kind of work that we got to do is negative. I'm not trying to live this life. I don't want to live this life where I got to be working all the time. I was trying to live a different kind of life where somebody takes care of me, basically. But no, honestly, can we tell these people who do these studies to mind their business for 5 seconds? They just mind their business for 5 seconds so we can just live our lives. Because what are you talking about, baby? No one understands these experts. But go ahead. All right, that's
Jasmine, what do you think?
I mean, I feel like commuting is so common in Maryland, but I can see how this would be true. I mean, you're driving all this way, then you go home, and you're supposed to work out after driving for 40 minutes? That's a lot.
Why is the bar being set so high? For no reason. Why? Okay.
We want you to tell it, okay? If you could choose, would you work in an office or work remotely? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, you know how we do. We'll see what you're talking about, okay? A Texas baker's cake is going viral after she apparently misunderstood the assignment. Brianna Romero says she was down for the challenge when a client asked her to bake a emo cake, but she was a little surprised when the woman later said it was for her granddaughter's 4th birthday. Turns out the cake was supposed to be for Elmo cake. Elmo cake. So photos of the emo Elmo are going viral on Twitter and TikTok. She said it was the worst nightmare. She said, you know, she made it better. But the thing that's so crazy, it's so prominent. When I Googled emo, it came up. So I don't know, Steph.
I don't know. That cake looked like the black jelly bean. I don't know if I would be down with that right there. But I mean, it went viral. So I mean, that kind of counts for something. I'm sure her granddaughter was pretty happy about, actually getting a little fame over the, Wait,
it really does look like the black jelly.
Would you be mad, Lady T?
Let me tell you something. That cake is screaming. Why you got to go and make things so complicated? that cake is a millennial. It went to high school.
It got a comb over.
It got a comb. Why does Elmo have a comb over? That's a senior citizen AARP Elmo is what she did right there.
Jasmine, would you eat that cake?
Absolutely. I mean, what's wrong with it?
Okay.
I mean, she
I would still eat it. I would still eat it.
Why would we not eat it? And I'm sure the kid loved it. She still had Elmo. May have been.
That's true.
No,
that's emo, not Elmo. That's emo, not Elmo.
That's the new hot cake.
That's the cake you start a food fight with.
That is the cake. That's the cake you throw with an X. That is not. You made my life complicated. Here you go.
Amazon may be known for its same-day delivery, but now it's offering to let customers deliver packages to themselves instead of having a package delivered to your home. The company is offering customers $10 if they pick up the packages at the Amazon Hub. The hubs can be found in Whole Foods and Kohl's stores. Now, okay, all right, Lady T.
Oh, no. I'm not doing it. Because, first of all, I didn't apply for the job at Amazon.
Oh.
You did. I need you to help me come drop this off at my house, okay? And hide it under the mat. Stop leaving my packages all out in the open like that so people can see that I'm ordering all the time, okay? We don't want any of that. No, they got to drop it off on me.
Are you down with picking up yourself?
It's giving me 5-finger discount vibes all day long.
Yes.
You want me to what?
They're going to steal that.
Myself? You want me to do your job for me? And no.
That's not
working for me.
I didn't fill out the application. I wasn't even a reference.
So Jasmine is always the voice of reason, Jasmine.
Oh, I agree with them. I completely agree
Wait a minute.
Oh, she not the voice of reason.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not doing your job. I'm not going to put gas in my car for something that you're supposed to do.
Okay,
No.
wow.
For something that you supposed to, you done talk to the bad and bougie crew today.
I know, what is going
We
on?
ain't doing it. You want me to mess up these nails? No.
Wow,
boo.
classism. Okay, so we'll check in with this amazing panel later on in the show. Still, Shelley head meteorologist Amy Aronson shows us how a rainbow is made, coming up the fun at home science experiment you can enjoy with the kids. And spring is here. That means springtime allergies. You can tell I got one. Coming up, the new handy at-home tool that's offering some relief. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
If spring allergies are driving you nuts, Genevieve Gorder from America's Steals and Deals has a solution to make the air around you feel fresh and clean even better on today's, it's a buy one, get one free. Okay.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
The space we live in is so important to all of us, and that really starts with the base of a healthy, clean home, including the air that we breathe. And there are so many pollutants that can affect the air inside of our homes, from our pets, dust, allergens. What's the solution? Here's one. This is the Clean Light Air. It's super compact, easy to use. It even fits in the cup holder of your car. It's an air filter that can remove up to 99.9% of particles you don't want in your house, like smoke, odors, pet dander, air pollution. And this thing is small, but really mighty. It can purify up to 161 square feet at a time. So think about it in your office, your kid's dorm room, for a small bedroom. So many people love using these in the kitchen while they're cooking. Even if you've never thought about the air quality in your space before, you will absolutely feel the difference right away with this product. Place them anywhere your pet hangs out. Or when you're going somewhere running errands, put it in your car. It's super quiet. It's super easy to use. And another thing I love, you can charge your devices at the same time. There's a USB port. Add your favorite essential oil to the sponge inside so the air will not only be clean, it will smell great. And today we're offering a 2-for-1. Both of these for the price of less than you normally pay for just one. Take advantage of this deal. Go to asadeals.com.
Have you ever wondered how a rainbow is made? Well, meteorologist Amy Aronson is cooking up a storm and showing us how.
We are going to talk about how to make a rainbow, not only literally in the atmosphere, but also using a pie. I'm making a no-bake cheesecake that's going to represent all the colors of the rainbow. So all you have to do to start off this recipe is start off with a pie crust. I kind of cheated. I used a pie crust that's already prepared. But then I made all the filling. Now, I did this in advance because it's a little messy. It actually takes a lot of cheesecake, 4 bars to be exact. 4 bars of cheesecake, or cheese cream to go into the cheesecake. Then I combined it with some sweetened condensed milk, actually 2 cans of that, little bit of lemon juice plus a little bit of vanilla extract, and that's what makes up the containers you're seeing here. Now, I already got started on the rainbow just to save time. Started off with the red, the orange, the yellow, and the green. But I still need to make some more colors. I need to make the blue, and I need to make the purple. Now, in a rainbow, how it works, you've got sunlight, and then you've got rain droplets. And what happens is as the sun shines through the rain droplets, it actually acts as a prism, and it scatters out the light in different wavelengths or different colors. And that's what represents the colors you're seeing here. The reds and oranges and the yellows, that would be the longer wavelengths. But now we're going to deal with the shorter ones. That's the blue and the purple. So I'm going to start off by making blue. All I'm going to do is use some of my food dye, put it into my cream cheese mix, and then I'm going to mix it around, and that should make the color blue. Little messy here. And then the last color, as you can probably guess, is the shortest wavelength, and that would be purple. So that in this container here, to make purple, we're going to do some blue, and then we're going to do some red. So then once I have all my colors together, we're actually going to put them in order into this no-bake pie. Now, for the best results, I would recommend freezing the pie in between each layer, just popping it in your freezer for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to do that today to save on time. As you can see, we're getting our purple here. This takes a lot of mixing. But to do that, in order to get it to be a rainbow now, what we're going to do is we're going to scoop each color into my pie. So I'm actually just going to start off with the red, and as you can see, I'm getting a little blue in there. And you're going to smooth it out in the no-bake pie here. It's starting to break, so you have to do it very carefully. So you want to scoop this all in, and then what you would do is you would pop this in the freezer for like 10 minutes in order to get it to solidify, because as you can see, this is pretty liquidy still right now. You want it to solidify a little more. So I'm just going to pop this all in here. I would pop that in the freezer, and then you would move on to the next layer. So you start off with the red, next comes orange. You would layer that in. I'm just going to keep layering. I'm probably not going to get through them all. But you would put orange next, and then after that, you do yellow, you do green, you do blue, and then you do purple. And once that whole process is complete, you should see a nice little rainbow formed within your pie. Now, if you want more information on how I made this and the recipe, head over to our website, foxbaltimore.com/newslinks.
Coming up, a well-known media personality tells us how to manage so many jobs. Yeah, all of us are busy. She's going to tell us how to do that. Also, it's a big week for the Masked Singer fans. It's the finale week. Coming up, we'll take you behind the scenes on the hit show. Stick around.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
She's behind the mic, she's in front of the camera, and she's a mom. Media maven Steph Lover joins us on Be More Lifestyle. Steph, the legendary Steph Lover is here, and I wanted to get you on. You got so much going on, a new TV show we'll talk about.
Yes.
But you've been, for years, been able to balance so many things, and for many of us who are so busy, how do you do it? So first of all, tell us about the new TV show.
It's called Field Pass Sports. I'm so happy about it. It's our 3rd season. You know, it's like the 2 biggest loves of my life, which is sports and music. And I just kind of meshed them together, and we did like a nice little TV show. We're in our 3rd season, so I'm really happy. This year we got like Terrell Owens, Rasheed Wallace. We got like some really good, Jim Jones, you know, I love music.
Wow.
Hit maker, super Grammy award-winning producer. So it's just kind of like the athletes, they all want to be, you know, in the entertainment business, and all the entertainers think they got a little bit of skills. So that's kind of where the mashup came. But I think people will enjoy it if you like sports and music.
And Steph, you have, you know, as a, you know, like me, a radio veteran.
Yes.
But unlike most of us, you turned it into, you saw social media growing. You know, how did you not only become someone who uses it well, but also you help others do the same, and it's now a business? How did you do that?
Yeah, you know, I went to Howard, HU, you know, for marketing. You know, marketing, and that's kind of where it started. I always thought I was going to have my own advertising agency, marketing. And then, you know, social media came way after. We didn't have any of that when I first started.
I didn't know that part. You already had that thought before social media even happened.
Right. But then when I got into the entertainment business, I was more so like, I got to market myself. So that's kind of where it all started from. And then, you know, being in a corporate setting, because, you know, entertainment is really a business. So you learn those little tricks of the trade. So social media came along, and I just learned how to use those same marketing tools and tactics to just promote myself, social media. We just did a whole social marketing campaign for the Whammys Awards, you know, me and my brother P. Stu. So
that's right.
I was speaking to Pete before we go. I had to get you a vintage
There we
Live Squad
There we go.
shirt.
Live Squad,
you know
legendary Live Squad. Appreciate it.
Because I appreciate you, and I know you've been a long-time comrade in the radio business.
A mom. All this on top of that, your mom. As we wrap things up, Steph, give us some, you know, for the mothers out there who feel overwhelmed, or for those who haven't stepped out there, tell us how you manage it and give us some advice for that.
Well, actually, my daughter just had a birthday. Happy belated sweet 16 of my daughter, Lola Sky. And, you know, she's a one of one. Like, I had never planned on being a mom. I'm not going to lie.
She's a one of one.
Like, I was totally into, I'm going to be this media mogul. And then she came along and plans changed. But it is definitely a balance.
Oh, Steph, we got to wrap things up. How can people catch you? How can they catch up to you?
Steph Lover 100. And, of course, I'm live right here in Baltimore on Magic 95.9 each and every weekend. And the show, Field Pass _Sports TV.
All right,
Thanks,
Steph
Mark.
Lover in the building. The competition is heating up on the hit show, The Masked Singer. This week it's the quarterfinals ahead of this week's big show. We're going behind the scenes. Let's check weather with Jazz. Hey, Jazz.
Hey, Mark. We are heading down to Florida for the best weather today. This is from Palm Beach, a beautiful sunrise before a hurricane conference, which begins on June 1st. So we are getting a little closer to that, but a gorgeous photo in the background. You can see the water and the clouds, very stunning. And here we had a great start to the day as well. Lots of sunshine. It was on the cooler side, not quite as warm as Florida's temperatures. However, we're talking a warming trend over the next few days. It's going to feel a little more like Florida's weather, minus the humidity. 64 for the current temperature and mostly cloudy. Across the rest of the state, our temperatures are mainly in the 50s and the 60s, so not too bad, but our numbers are heading to the 70s this afternoon. 74, close to average. Tomorrow, we're looking at 80, then higher temperatures on Friday, 83 with plenty of sunshine. We stay dry over the next 3 days, but on Saturday, we have our next weather maker arriving, and that could have impacts on your Saturday plans. Notice this afternoon will stay dry and sunny. Then as we head into the day tomorrow, we start with dry weather, temperatures in the 50s. We'll reach the 80s by the afternoon with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Then we have an even warmer start on Friday with numbers in the 60s around 7, 8 o'clock. Then as we head into the afternoon, our temperatures reach the low to mid 80s. Shortly after that, showers follow, and that could have impacts on your commute. Rain will continue off and on overnight and into Saturday morning, but it doesn't look like the day will be a washout. Showers start to clear, and by noon, we're looking at a mostly dry forecast. After that, our next chance for showers will come on Monday. We could have some scattered showers, so just make sure that you are staying weather alert over the next several days. 74 for today, then 80 tomorrow, 83 Friday, 70s on Saturday and on Mother's Day. We're looking at 73 with showers on Monday and higher temperatures after that. Back to you.
All right, Jazz, thanks so much. The competition is heating up on the hit Fox show, The Masked Singer. This week, it's the quarterfinals. Ahead of this week's big show, we're going behind the scenes with the recently unmasked contestant, 90s icon, award-winning actress, Melissa Joan Hart.
I came here to have fun. I came here to overcome this roller coaster of emotions and nerves, and I accomplished both those things.
The one and only Melissa Joan Hart!
Hi, guys. Wow. I love it. You put that wow sauce on that performance, girl.
I haven't been nervous in a really long time. It's like my worst fear to sing in front of people. But here I am singing, to the public out, worldwide audience of 100 people and 4 celebrity judges. It was like insane. Just a huge fear that I was able to overcome.
I didn't fall. I didn't vomit.
The hardest part of that mask is trying to see where you're going and not fall, especially when you're in huge platform shoes. And this was in my eyeballs, so I ripped it off the mask and I'm taking it home. It's gonna go on my treasure shelf of like all my projects that I've worked on.
Yeah, baby, she's got it. Wow!
Yeah! I'll never do it again. I'm done. Except I have a new karaoke song.
I love Lamb. I love Lamb.
I love Lamb.
It was Nicole who said something that I'll always remember.
You are what The Masked Singer is all about. You had a spirited performance and a great personality.
She just, gave me that pat on the back that I needed. I'm not a singer, I'm not a dancer, but I can go out there and have some fun and hopefully bring some joy to the audience. Lampy, I'll miss you. That was really fun, thank you. I'll miss you.
The wolf is in the building.
Who is it?
We keep moving too much.
It's like a roller coaster of ups and downs, mostly ups. It reminds you of how much you love every aspect of music.
Everybody in the building.
As a singer, instinctively, you want everything clear and away from your passages, and instead you get this amazing work of art delivered to your room, but then you realize it's going on your head.
What's next for the wolf?
Got an album coming out in the spring.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
about making this a beautiful world.
Beautiful.
The love of music has been the most consistent love of my life. You need to sing your heart out. You need to have fun. And if you can do both at the same time, you're in great shape.
When all that I've been living for is gone.
That voice is iconic.
Wolf, buddy, it's been fun. You and I are more alike than you know. I'm going to continue our friendship on in my heart because I'm not afraid of you.
The Masked Singer, Wednesdays at 8 on Fox 45.
Okay. All right. Still ahead, how working in an office could be making you fat. Coming up, how a new study finds in-person work could be negatively affecting our health. Plus, what you're saying about it. New study finds returning to the office could be bad for your waistline. Researchers at Stockholm University say commuting to work even as little as 2 miles a day can lead to bad habits. Those who commute were more likely to be overweight. They also are typically less physically active, and many even suffer from sleep disruptions. The study also found commuting can make you drink more. Those who work more than 40 hours and commuted more than 5 hours each week were most at risk for those health issues, and we wanted you to tell it. If you could choose, would you work in the office or work remotely? About 50% of you saying remotely, while 40% say in the office, okay? Great show lined up for tomorrow. We're going to be watching tonight's all-new episode of The Masked Singer. It's the semifinals. The remaining 3 celebrity singers perform, but only 2 move on to compete in the season finale. We'll chat about the big reveal and the 2 contestants who will be battling it out for the famous Golden Mask Trophy.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And thank you, as always, for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow.